In every era, from the dawn of civilization to the digital age, those who master the fundamentals rise above the crowd. The tools may change, but the principles remain eternal. The question is, have you mastered the basics that guarantee success? This is Earl Nightingale, and today I want to talk to you about something that is as old as humanity itself, yet as fresh as the day's sunrise. It's the art of mastering the basic fundamentals of life and success. In any field, whether it's athletics, art, business, or personal growth, there are always fundamentals, the bedrock principles upon which all achievement stands. They are simple, yet so few take the time to master them. Instead, they chase shortcuts, hoping for a secret formula. But the truth is this: there are no secrets, only principles, and principles never change. Let's begin with the first and most important fundamental: clarity of purpose. Decide exactly what it is you want, not vaguely, not someday, or maybe. Write it down. Your mind, like a compass, needs a fixed point to guide your actions. Without it, you drift with the tide, going wherever the current takes you, which is usually nowhere at all. Next comes self-discipline. The ability to do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without discipline, desire fades into regret. Then there's continuous learning. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. Make it your habit to read a book, listen to an idea, or study a principle every single day. As the saying goes, you will be the same person in 5 years, except for the books you read and the people you meet. Time management is another cornerstone. Each day gives you 24 hours, no more, no less. Guard your time as you would guard your most prized possession, because it is. Spend it wisely on the things that move you toward your goal. And of course, the mind itself, the control tower of your life. Positive thinking is not wishful thinking. It is the disciplined habit of focusing on solutions, opportunities, and progress rather than problems and complaints. What you think about, you bring about. Perhaps the most underrated fundamental is persistence. There will be obstacles. There will be disappointments. But remember, the man who continues to walk will eventually reach the destination, while the man who sits will only see the dust of others passing by. All of this is tied to service to others. Your rewards in life will always be in direct proportion to the value you provide to others. Success is not taken, it is earned through service, contribution, and usefulness. Along the way, practice adaptability. Times change, circumstances shift. The road may twist and turn. Adjust your methods when necessary, but never your ultimate aim. Above all, hold fast to integrity. Without it, even the tallest building will crumble, because trust is the mortar that holds the bricks of success together. And finally, daily action. Dreams do not come true because we wish for them, they come true because we work for them every single day. Small steps taken consistently have a way of turning into giant leaps over time. If you remember nothing else from this message, remember this: success is nothing more than the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, built upon the mastery of life's simple fundamentals. You don't have to do everything overnight, but you must start today. Begin by choosing one fundamental, mastering it, and then moving on to the next. Brick by brick, you will build the life you desire. Now, here's my challenge to you. Before this day ends, take one step, no matter how small, toward your goal. Write down your purpose. Make that phone call. Open that book. Begin that habit. The journey of 1,000 miles always begins the same way, with a single deliberate step. Clarity of purpose is the very foundation upon which all achievement is built. Without it, life becomes a wandering journey, moving from one distraction to the next, never arriving at a true destination. The most successful men and women in history, in any era, began with a definite aim. They knew precisely what they wanted, and because they knew, they could devote every ounce of energy, every resource, and every waking thought toward making it a reality. The human mind is like a powerful ship at sea, but even the mightiest vessel is useless without a chart and a compass. In the absence of a clear purpose, we drift with the current, tossed about by circumstance, often ending up in places we never intended to go. But when you decide upon a definite aim, something remarkable happens. You awaken a hidden power within yourself, a guiding force that begins to organize your thoughts, attract the right opportunities, and give meaning to your actions. Most people, when asked what they want, speak in vague terms. They say they want to be happy or successful or secure. But these are not clear destinations. Happiness, success, and security are results, outcomes of something deeper, something specific. The mind works best when it is given a precise target. Tell it exactly what you want in clear, measurable terms. Write it down. See it in your mind as though it were already yours. The clearer the picture, the more your thoughts, decisions, and actions will align to bring it about. It is not enough to simply wish. Wishing is like staring at the horizon and hoping the wind will carry you somewhere pleasant. A purpose is different. A purpose is a decision backed by intention, supported by action. It is choosing your destination and setting your sails toward it, regardless of the storms you may face. When you have clarity of purpose, your mind becomes a magnet. People, ideas, and resources begin to appear, seemingly by coincidence, yet drawn by the invisible pull of your determination. Obstacles no longer look like barriers, they become part of the path. Challenges to overcome on your way forward. The world has a way of opening its doors for the man or woman who knows exactly where they're going. Opportunities pass unnoticed by the unfocused, but to the one with a definite aim they shine like beacons. Clarity of purpose also brings peace of mind, for when you know what you're working toward, the noise of uncertainty fades into the background. Each day has meaning. Each effort has direction. Even failure, when it comes, is only a stepping stone, because it is understood in the context of the larger goal. It is one of the simplest truths in life, yet one of the most neglected. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Decide now what you want your life to look like. Name it. Define it. Commit yourself to it fully. And from that moment on, every choice you make, every step you take, will either lead you closer to it or further away from it. Self-discipline is the quiet force behind every great achievement. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. In a world that often glorifies talent and luck, discipline is the steady, unglamorous power that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It does not shout, it does not demand attention, yet it is always there, guiding your actions, keeping you on course long after the excitement has faded. Anyone can work hard when inspiration strikes, but true success belongs to the man or woman who keeps working after the mood has passed, who keeps moving forward when no one is watching, and who honors commitments made to themselves. Success is never the result of one grand effort or a single burst of energy. It is the accumulation of small, consistent actions repeated day after day, year after year. Just as a great building is constructed brick by brick, so too is a life of achievement built habit by habit. Self-discipline is the mortar that holds those bricks together. Without it, the structure collapses under the weight of inconsistency. It is easy to be enthusiastic at the beginning of a venture, when the vision is fresh and the possibilities seem limitless. But enthusiasm fades, and when it does, discipline must take over. The disciplined person understands that progress is often slow and unremarkable. There will be days when the results are invisible, when the effort feels thankless, and when quitting seems far more appealing than continuing. It is in these moments that discipline proves its worth. The ability to press on, to honor your plan despite the discomfort, is what forges character and produces lasting results. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you strengthen the habit of discipline, making it easier to do the right thing next time. Self-discipline also protects you from the constant pull of distractions. The world is filled with temptations that promise immediate pleasure at the expense of long-term gain. Without discipline, it is easy to drift into habits that erode progress. But the disciplined mind can say no when it needs to, not out of denial, but out of respect for the greater goal. It understands that every choice has a cost, and that the price of success is paid in advance through consistent effort and deliberate sacrifice. Discipline is not a punishment but a form of self-respect. It is the recognition that your time, your goals, and your potential are worth protecting. It is the act of taking control of your life instead of letting circumstances dictate your direction. When you practice discipline long enough, it becomes second nature, and the tasks that once felt difficult become part of your routine. In time, the results speak for themselves, not because of a single act of brilliance, but because of the quiet, relentless force of steady, unwavering effort. Continuous learning is the fuel that keeps the engine of personal growth running. The moment a person stops learning, they stop moving forward, no matter their age, position, or past accomplishments. The world around us is constantly changing, and those who fail to adapt, who rely only on what they already know, soon find themselves left behind. Knowledge is not something you acquire once and carry with you for life. It must be renewed daily, like drawing fresh water from a well, and unlike material possessions, knowledge cannot be taken from you. Once it becomes part of you, it remains ready to serve you in every situation. Every great leader, every person who has risen to success shares this habit. They read, they listen, and they absorb ideas continuously. They do not wait for wisdom to stumble upon them, they seek it out. A single book, a single idea can transform the entire direction of a life. Yet most people, even when they have the opportunity, let days and weeks go by without exposing their minds to anything new. They spend hours feeding on entertainment but give minutes, if any, to learning something that could enrich their future. The mind is like a garden. If you do not deliberately plant seeds of wisdom and understanding, weeds of ignorance and doubt will grow in their place. Each day, you have the choice to feed your mind with ideas that will lift you higher, or to neglect it and let it wither. The choice may seem small in the moment, but its results compound over time. 15 minutes a day spent reading something worthwhile may not feel like much, yet over the course of a year, it can expose you to the ideas of some of the greatest minds in history. Learning should never be seen as a task to complete, but as a way of living. The person who treats learning as a lifelong habit develops a flexibility of mind that cannot be shaken by changes in the economy, shifts in technology, or unexpected challenges. They are able to adapt because they have trained themselves to absorb new knowledge and apply it. In the same way that exercise strengthens the body, learning strengthens the mind, making it more capable, more creative, and more resilient. To learn continuously is also to remain humble. It is to admit that no matter how much you know, there is always more to discover, more to understand, and more to master. This humility keeps you open to new perspectives, willing to listen, and ready to grow. It allows you to see that wisdom is not a destination but a journey without end. The most extraordinary opportunities often come to those who have prepared for them by quietly adding to their knowledge day after day, long before the opportunity appeared. And so, each day becomes not just another passing of time, but another step toward a richer, wiser, and more capable self. Time is the one resource every human being is given in equal measure, yet it is the resource most often squandered. Each of us begins the day with 24 hours, no more, no less. Once an hour is gone, it can never be reclaimed, no matter how much money we offer or how deeply we wish it back. That is why time must be regarded as more precious than gold. Gold can be earned, lost, and regained, but time once spent is gone forever. The way we use our hours determines the quality of our lives, for life itself is nothing more than the sum total of the days we have lived. Most people treat time casually, as though it were in limitless supply. They fill it with unimportant tasks, idle distractions, or aimless wandering, believing there will always be more tomorrow. But there will not always be a tomorrow, and even if there is, it comes with its own set of demands. The person who values their time guards it as they would guard a treasure chest. They choose carefully how they spend each moment, asking themselves if what they are doing is moving them closer to their goals or quietly stealing from their future. Effective time management is not about filling every second with frantic activity. It is about deciding what truly matters and giving those things the first and best portion of your day. The most successful individuals understand that not all tasks are equal. Some have the power to transform a career or a life, while others are little more than busy work. The wise person learns to say no to the unimportant so they can say yes to the truly valuable. Planning is an essential part of this discipline. A day without a plan is like a ship without a course. It may move, but it will drift wherever the current takes it. By deciding in advance how you will spend your hours, you take control of your time instead of letting events control you. This does not mean every moment must be rigidly scheduled, but it does mean you should know your priorities before the day begins. When you are clear on what must be done, distractions lose much of their power. The way you spend your time is also a reflection of your respect for yourself. If you value your goals, your health, and your relationships, you will devote your hours to nurturing them. If you allow your time to be consumed by trivialities, it is a sign that you have not yet fully committed to the life you want to create. Every great accomplishment, from the writing of a book to the building of a business, is the result of countless hours invested wisely. When you learn to guard your hours as you would guard a fortune, you begin to live deliberately. You stop moving through your days on autopilot and start shaping them with intention. In doing so, you take control not only of your time but of your life itself, for the two are inseparable. Positive thinking is not a shallow cheerfulness or an empty denial of life's challenges. It is the deliberate, disciplined practice of directing your mind toward solutions, opportunities, and constructive ideas no matter the circumstances. The truth is that your life always moves in the direction of your dominant thoughts. What you dwell upon, you tend to bring about. The mind is a powerful instrument capable of shaping the reality around you, and it operates best when it is fed a steady diet of positive, purposeful thoughts. Every person lives within two worlds, the world around them and the world within them. The outer world is shaped to a remarkable degree by the inner one. A person who fills their mind with worry, fear, and resentment will find those same qualities reflected in their experiences. Conversely, the person who holds thoughts of faith, courage, and possibility will see doors open that others never even notice. This is not a matter of magic, but of cause and effect. The thoughts you hold influence your decisions, your actions, your attitude, and the way others respond to you. Over time, those influences accumulate, forming the life you live. Positive thinking begins with awareness. Most people are unaware of the steady stream of thoughts running through their minds, yet those thoughts are guiding them every moment. By paying attention, you can begin to replace the negative and aimless with the constructive and purposeful. This does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what can be done, what can be learned, and what can be improved. The habit of positive thinking also requires guarding the influences you allow into your mind. Just as the body thrives when it is fed nourishing food and suffers when it is fed junk, the mind thrives on uplifting ideas and suffers when it is filled with negativity. The books you read, the conversations you have, the media you consume, all of these feed your thoughts. Choose them wisely, for they will shape your dominant mental direction. When challenges arise, the positive thinker does not deny them but meets them with a different posture. They ask, what can I do? What can I learn? How can I turn this into something that serves me? This approach transforms setbacks into stepping stones. While others see only problems, the positive thinker searches for hidden opportunities, often finding them where no one else has looked. Positive thinking is a skill that grows stronger with use. At first, you may find it difficult to redirect your mind when it drifts toward the negative. But with persistence, it becomes second nature. In time, you develop a deep confidence that, regardless of the circumstances, you will find a way forward. That confidence draws people, resources, and opportunities to you, creating a momentum that carries you toward your goals. In this way, your life becomes a reflection of the thoughts you have chosen to hold and nurture. Persistence is the unseen thread running through every great success story. It is the quiet determination to keep moving forward despite setbacks, disappointments, and delays. Talent may give a head start, luck may open a door, but it is persistence that carries a person across the finish line. Most people give up too soon, not realizing that their breakthrough may have been just one more effort away. The persistent individual understands that every obstacle is temporary, every failure a lesson, and every challenge a stepping stone. In life, there will always be difficulties. Plans will fall apart, people will disappoint you, and circumstances will change in ways you did not expect. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is not the absence of these challenges, but how they are faced. The one who persists does not allow setbacks to become permanent. They view them as part of the process, an unavoidable toll to be paid on the road to any worthwhile destination. Persistence requires a long-term view. It is the understanding that worthwhile goals take time and that the journey may be longer and harder than expected. When the excitement of starting fades, persistence steps in. It provides the strength to take the next step when progress is slow, and the will to try again when the last attempt failed. This steady, unwavering commitment builds resilience, and resilience builds champions. Many people overestimate what can be achieved in a short time and underestimate what can be achieved over years of consistent effort. They grow impatient when results do not appear quickly, forgetting that even nature itself works by steady, gradual growth. The farmer plants seeds in the spring and waits through the summer before the harvest arrives. In the same way, persistence is about planting efforts daily, even when there is no immediate return, trusting that the harvest will come in due season. Another quality of persistence is adaptability. Being persistent does not mean stubbornly repeating the same ineffective approach. It means holding firmly to your goal while being willing to adjust your methods. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It twists, turns, and demands changes in strategy. The persistent person is willing to learn, to make adjustments, and to keep going until they find what works. The rewards of persistence are not only external. Each time you refuse to quit, you strengthen your character. You develop a deep confidence in yourself, knowing that you have the capacity to endure and overcome. Others begin to recognize and respect this quality, and it often draws opportunities to you that would never have come to someone less determined. Over time, persistence becomes more than just an action. It becomes part of who you are. It is the force that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers, and it is the quality that ensures that, no matter how long the road or how steep the climb, you will arrive at the destination you have set your sights on. Service to others is at the very heart of lasting success. The world has always rewarded those who find ways to make life better for other people. Whether in business, art, science, or any field of endeavor, the ones who rise to the top are those who devote their efforts to creating genuine value. Money, recognition, and influence are byproducts of service, not the other way around. The more people you help and the greater the value you provide, the more the world will open its doors to you. This principle is as old as civilization itself. Every product you buy, every service you use, every comfort you enjoy exists because someone at some point sought to solve a problem, meet a need, or fulfill a desire for others. True success is built upon this same foundation. The most successful businesses are not those that chase profit for its own sake, but those that understand profit as the natural result of serving people well. The most respected leaders are not those who demand the most from others, but those who give the most of themselves. Service to others begins with a simple question: how can I help? It is a shift in focus from self-interest to mutual benefit. This does not mean neglecting your own needs, rather, it means recognizing that your own success is inseparably tied to the success and well-being of those you serve. When you make it your aim to provide the best, to deliver more than is expected, you build trust and goodwill that no amount of advertising can buy. It is important to understand that service does not have to be grand or dramatic. Sometimes it is as simple as doing your work with care, treating people with respect, or offering a word of encouragement at the right moment. Over time, these small acts create a reputation for reliability, kindness, and value that attracts opportunities. People remember how you make them feel, and they naturally gravitate toward those who leave them better than they were before. There is also a personal satisfaction that comes from serving others. It gives meaning to your work and purpose to your days. When you know that what you do makes a difference, even in small ways, the effort feels lighter, and challenges become easier to bear. Service turns routine tasks into contributions and transforms ordinary jobs into callings. The measure of your success will always be proportional to the value you create. The marketplace operates on a simple principle: you are rewarded for the quantity and quality of the service you provide. Increase either one, and your rewards will grow accordingly. But the rewards are not only material. Service to others enriches your character, deepens your relationships, and leaves a legacy that outlives you. It ensures that when your work is done, you will have built something that mattered, not just for yourself, but for the countless people whose lives you have touched. Adaptability is one of the most important qualities a person can develop in the pursuit of success. Life is never a straight, predictable road. Circumstances change, opportunities shift, and challenges arise that no amount of planning can completely prevent. The individual who insists on following one rigid path, no matter how unsuitable it becomes, often finds themselves stuck or defeated. The one who thrives is the one who understands that while the destination must remain fixed, the route to reach it can and often must be adjusted. Success requires a clear and definite goal, but it also requires flexibility in the way that goal is pursued. The marketplace changes, technologies advance, and people's needs evolve. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. A plan that seemed perfect at the start may, in the light of new conditions, prove to be ineffective. Adaptability is the ability to recognize these shifts without losing sight of the ultimate objective. It is the wisdom to change course when necessary, without abandoning the journey altogether. This flexibility is not a sign of weakness, it is a mark of intelligence. In nature, it is not the strongest species that survives, but the one most responsive to change. The same principle applies to life and business. The adaptable person is always learning, always paying attention, and always willing to ask, what's working? What's not? What needs to change? They are not attached to a method simply because it is familiar. They are committed only to results, and they are willing to evolve in order to achieve them. Adaptability also requires humility. It means admitting that you do not have all the answers and that your first idea may not be your best. It calls for the courage to let go of a failing approach and the openness to try something new, even when it is uncomfortable. Many people fail because they cling too tightly to a single way of doing things, refusing to see that the world has moved on. The adaptable person, on the other hand, welcomes change as an opportunity to grow, learn, and discover better ways of reaching their goal. One of the greatest advantages of adaptability is resilience. When obstacles appear, the rigid person sees only a wall. The adaptable person looks for a door, a ladder, or a way around. They are not discouraged by detours because they understand that the journey is rarely traveled in a straight line. Each new challenge becomes an opportunity to refine their approach, improve their skills, and discover new resources. In the end, adaptability is the bridge between persistence and success. It allows you to keep moving forward when the original plan no longer serves you, ensuring that temporary setbacks do not become permanent defeat. The goal remains the same, but the methods evolve as needed, guided by the unchanging vision of the destination you have set for yourself. Integrity is the cornerstone of all lasting success. It is the quality that makes people believe in you, follow you, and want to do business with you. Without it, no amount of talent, charm, or ambition can hold success together for long. Integrity means keeping your word, honoring your commitments, and doing what is right even when it is difficult, inconvenient, or unseen. It is not a skill to be learned for special occasions, but a principle to be lived every day. It is the quiet assurance that others can depend on you without question. Trust is the currency of every relationship, whether personal or professional. It is earned slowly through consistent actions, and it can be lost in a single careless moment. People may forget the words you speak, but they never forget how you behave when the choice is between what is easy and what is right. Integrity often requires sacrifice in the short term, turning down an opportunity that demands you compromise your values, telling the truth when it would be easier to hide it, admitting mistakes when your pride wants to deny them. But these sacrifices pay enormous dividends over time, for they build a reputation that opens doors others will never see. In a world where appearances are often valued above substance, integrity stands out. It is a rare quality, and therefore a powerful one. People are drawn to those they can trust because trust reduces uncertainty. When others know that your word can be relied upon, that your actions match your promises, they feel safe dealing with you. That feeling of safety is priceless. It forms the foundation of strong partnerships, loyal customers, and enduring friendships. Living with integrity is not simply about avoiding dishonesty. It is about actively choosing the higher path in every situation. It means delivering more than you promised, showing respect to everyone regardless of their position, and taking responsibility when things go wrong. It means resisting the temptation to take advantage of someone's ignorance, even when no one would know. Integrity is doing the right thing because it is right, not because it will be noticed. The benefits of integrity reach far beyond the respect of others. It also brings a deep personal peace. When your actions are in harmony with your values, you are free from the inner conflict that comes from deceit or compromise. You can look in the mirror without regret, knowing that you have nothing to hide. That kind of self-respect cannot be bought or borrowed. It must be earned moment by moment, choice by choice. Over time, integrity becomes more than just a habit. It becomes your identity. It shapes the way you approach every decision and the way others see you. It builds a foundation so strong that no setback can destroy it, because your character, not circumstance, becomes the true measure of your success. In this way, integrity proves itself to be the most valuable asset you will ever possess. Daily action is the bridge between intention and achievement. No matter how grand your vision, how clear your plan, or how strong your desire, nothing will happen until you take action. Not once in a while, not when you feel like it, but every single day. Big dreams are not accomplished through sudden bursts of effort. They are built quietly and steadily, through small, deliberate steps repeated over time. Each day becomes a brick, and every brick laid with care and persistence builds the structure of your success. Many people are inspired at the start of a journey. They set goals, make promises to themselves, and feel the excitement of possibility. But that excitement fades, as it always does, and they wait for motivation to return before moving forward. The truth is, you cannot rely on motivation to carry you. Motivation may spark the flame, but discipline and daily action keep it burning. Even the smallest step taken today is infinitely more valuable than the perfect step you plan to take someday. Daily action is powerful because it compounds. A single day's work may seem insignificant, but added together over weeks, months, and years, it produces results that are nothing short of remarkable. Just as a tree grows from the steady nourishment it receives each day, so your goals grow from the consistent effort you invest. It is not the size of the step that matters most. It is the fact that you take it, and that you take it again tomorrow, and the day after that. One of the greatest obstacles to daily action is overthinking. People wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. In waiting, they lose precious days, and days become weeks, then years. There is no perfect moment to begin, there is only now. By acting today, even imperfectly, you set in motion a chain of events that would never have happened otherwise. Each action, no matter how small, opens doors, teaches lessons, and builds momentum. Daily action also builds confidence. Each time you follow through on what you said you would do, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. That trust in yourself becomes a powerful force, making it easier to take the next step and the one after that. Over time, these small victories accumulate into a deep belief in your ability to accomplish what you set out to do. The beauty of daily action is that it simplifies the path to any goal. You do not need to climb the entire mountain today, you only need to take the next step. By focusing on what you can do now, you free yourself from the weight of the whole journey and place your energy where it matters most, in the present moment. And as the days pass, these steps begin to form a path, and the path leads inevitably to the future you envisioned when you first began. The mastery of life's fundamentals is not a matter of talent, luck, or circumstance. It is the result of deliberate, consistent application of timeless principles. Clarity of purpose gives you direction. Self-discipline ensures you stay the course. Continuous learning keeps you growing and adapting. Effective time management allows you to focus on what truly matters. Positive thinking shapes your outlook and attracts opportunity. Persistence carries you through the inevitable challenges. Service to others builds the value you offer to the world. Adaptability keeps you moving forward in a changing environment. Integrity earns the trust that makes lasting success possible, and daily action transforms dreams into reality. These principles are simple, yet they are the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. They do not change with the passing of years or the shifting of trends. They have worked for countless men and women before you, and they will work for you, if you commit to living by them. Success is not the result of chance. It is the predictable outcome of mastering and applying these fundamentals one day at a time with intention, courage, and unwavering dedication. The mastery of life's fundamentals is not a matter of talent, luck, or circumstance. It is the result of deliberate, consistent application of timeless principles. Clarity of purpose gives you direction. Self-discipline ensures you stay the course. Continuous learning keeps you growing and adapting. Effective time management allows you to focus on what truly matters. Positive thinking shapes your outlook and attracts opportunity. Persistence carries you through the inevitable challenges. Service to others builds the value you offer to the world. Adaptability keeps you moving forward in a changing environment. Integrity earns the trust that makes lasting success possible. And daily action transforms dreams into reality. These principles are simple, yet they are the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. They do not change with the passing of years or the shifting of trends. They have worked for countless men and women before you, and they will work for you, if you commit to living by them. Success is not the result of chance, it is the predictable outcome of mastering and applying these fundamentals one day at a time with intention, courage, and unwavering dedication.